Hi, good morning. Um, so think back to your first serious relationship. Like, was it a fire that warmed your heart, or did it burn down your house? Love is like a fire, but whether it is going to warm your heart or burn down your house, you can never tell. From Crawford. Okay, so I would like to list for you some examples of how love could warm your heart, or how love could end badly. And I would like to list for you some examples of like your early relationship and how it doesn't really end that badly, or how it like ends up being like a good friendship or whatever. And I'm gonna list for you an example of how like love could just end badly with some of my own personal experiences also. Okay, so love could be like a candle, and like sorry, love could be like a candle, and the relationship will go smoothly and everything. And if it does end, you guys are still friends, so the candle doesn't really stop burning in a sense. And love could be like a bonfire, where everything is going smoothly and perfectly, and it's fun and it's exciting and everything. And if it does end, it ends. It's done. There's no more bonfire. And love could be like a fireplace in a sense, where if you keep on putting too much firewood in it, the fire will be burning and everything, but if you're not careful enough and you put too much firewood in it, your house could burn down. And if you have too many carpeting or whatever, I don't know. And an example of this in my life is when, like one of my first relationships ever, it was in high school. It lasted from my sophomore year until, like on and off until my first semester of college. And like I found out some things that weren't really that great, and the fire ended, and basically my house burned down. So in conclusion, I reviewed with you how love could either warm your heart or how it could burn your house down. Thank you.
All right, I like the visualization and the tie into the topic in the attention device. I thought you had a pretty clear identification of what the topic was. Your goal sounds a little bit ambiguous, but you had a solid preview. But then your points sounded a little repetitive, and in the body of the speech, I'm not sure that I ever detected, the structure that you said you were going to have at the beginning of the speech. It just felt sort of like you wandered through the subject, and there wasn't the same kind of control or authority that sounded like you were going to have at the beginning. I think you've got a good idea here with the simile of the candle and the bonfire and the fireplace. That should be your structure, all right? And you say, well, let me tell you sometimes how a relationship is like a candle. And here's an example of a relationship I had where it burned steady, it gave me light, provided a little bit of warmth, but I knew that it wasn't going anywhere except, down, down, down. So it was pleasant enough while it was lasting, but that's, as far as it goes. On the other hand, this other relationship was like a bonfire. It was out of control. It was warm, it was exciting, but boy, did it explode on me at the end. And, sometimes, the fireplace, I like that idea. I think that should be your structure in the speech, and then that would work really well with the metaphor that you had going on there. As it was that all kind of ended up in one spot, and it just ran together a little bit. So I think you've got an idea here that would have worked building your speech a little bit more effectively. On the delivery aspects, you're very low key. It sounds a little passive, but you're kind of a quiet person, and I know that it's not that you lack energy, it's just that you just seem so calm and deliberate when you're speaking. If I'm listening to your voice, it's solid. I don't have anything to say bad about it, except that it just, once in a while, I think you could use a little bit of oomph, that kind of thing. But you're doing a good job when it comes to that. It's paced smoothly. I think that's very effective. Your gestures are a little bit limited. You have a tendency to go to the fig leaf position. Occasionally your hands end up in front of you, that sort of thing. And occasionally you have a little bit of indicator that's going on. You might want to be a little bit more animated. You have good eye contact with the audience. You're standing still, which indicates some confidence. And gives you a little bit of certainty. I do think maybe you want to, do it a little bit more swiveling, so that everybody's engaged somewhat. At the end of the speech, you need a summary, and you had an okay exit line, but because there was not a lot of material to summarize, that's part of the problem that's going on there. All right, thank you.